Merch alert.
That's right, you heard her. We have merch now. If you're looking for a mug, a hoodie, a shirt, a blanket, we're your people. Be sure to check out our exclusive I Was a Bravo Fan Before Scandal tees. They will be perfect to wear while watching the VPR reunion.
Check out the link in the description of the podcast or our Instagram bio.
Did you get the ASMR? This is ASMR.
ASMR by Bravo. Wow. Bravo, we're black. Bravo, we're black. Oh, fun when you are, but sometimes scary.
How are you guys?
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Bravo. We're black. I'm Kaya.
And I'm Aaron.
And we never introduce ourselves anymore. So hopefully you guys just know. We just come in and start.
It feels strange because I feel like I'm doing it to my friends because you guys already know us. But it's like we do have new listeners and I have to keep that in mind. But y'all are like family.
Yeah, like come on and take a seat. Take a seat. So a lot of developments have been happening, obviously, since last week. Just every single day, something's going on, and that is it's a good thing because it's not all negative news. It's not all divorces and breakups because most people are single now. So there's that. But like in Bravo world, we have some Bravo liberty to get to. And I mean, my God, we'll also end this by kind of giving our thoughts on the Summer House finale.
Yes.
We're recording this before the reunion, but so many people easily switched to Team Lindsay. I'm like, interesting. Well, I'm going to get Aaron's thoughts on that. But let's get into the most, the most like pressing matter because they should be filming right now. This Traitors cast, baby, it is a Bravo house. And I want to know, first things first, were you surprised by this cast, especially like the Bravo people?
No.
You were not surprised that Robin Dixon was going to be on Traitors?
Oh, no. Not at all.
You thought that she was going to be... Okay,
because let me tell you something. When they first announced it, you remember it was supposed to be Monique and Candace. And then they did this whole back and forth and Candace dropped out of it and Monique dropped out of it because she was like, they said that they were working with numbers. There was a bunch of stuff. I still don't know what it is to this day. But when I seen that they weren't going to be on it, I'm like, they're going to go with Robin because Robin's not on the show. So she would be like the third person that's kind of out the way that people want to see. Well, I'm not going to say that people want to see, but the third person that's not on the show anymore. So it would make sense for her to be on Traitors because she wants that check.
She just doesn't give a fuck though. So I'm like, are you going to go all the way to Scotland?
To be fair though, I think this is very fitting for Robin just because of the cast, like, and which we'll get into, but they didn't really choose the people that I wanted. Like when I seen the Bravo lineup, I was like,
Not impressed by the Bravo lineup, but by the full cast, I am intrigued. I'm intrigued, but I wouldn't say impressed. But I'm gonna watch it. I think it's just hard, right? Because we just have such an amazing season to live up to with Phaedra and Sheree. Like we had two Atlanta girls. They were working together. We had someone from like Love Island who we loved. You didn't, but I did. I knew him from Love Island. Like we had someone from like The Bachelor, and it was just such a good show. And then this guy apparently came out of retirement and all this shit that was going on. So I knew that it would be hard to put together a cast as good as that one because the last one was it was such an unexpected hit. So I do want to give them a chance. Well, I'm going to give them a chance. I'm going to watch every episode, whether it's good or not. But I will say that I just did not think that these people were going to be on the cast. What I do want to play with you, though, is, and this is Bravo edition. So for the Bravo people, I want you to say whether you want them to be a traitor or a faithful? Is that faithful?
Yeah, faithful.
Right?
A faithful.
Okay, traitor or faithful? Ayan.
Faithful.
Okay, traitor or faithful? Robin.
Traitor.
Me too. Traitor or faithful? Zamzazable.
Traitor.
Why?
Because it would be entertaining, I think, to see him and Robin Ditson like figure shit out. Because they're two people that just are in their own world. They don't really care about anything. And I would just love to see that interaction. It would be just so awkward and weird. I feel like they would bump into each other constantly too. When coming up the stairs to like put on the hoods. It would just be a really awkward situation and a lot of back and forth. They probably couldn't even film it all.
They'd be fine with each other because Robin's used to cheaters. Like, she has no problem with cheaters, so that should be fun. Dolores, traitor or faithful?
Faithful.
I want to see her as a traitor. Now, Dorinda, this is number one.
Well, go on, Dorinda. Faithful. Because I want to see her accuse everybody of being a traitor. That's the thing.
Yeah, because I feel like it's also too obvious if she was a traitor, because she already has the mob mentality, and you better damn well know.
And you better damn well love listen.
Okay, so Sierra, traitor or faithful?
Traitor. I think that she would be the perfect addition to Robin and Tom Sandoval.
This is the thing. I know that it seems like this show is about Bravo, but it's not. So,
that's true.
Multiple traitors. I don't know if they're even gonna. We got to mix it up.
That's true.
I don't know if they're even gonna allow Bravo to just have the traitors room by themselves. As much as we would love to see that.
I just don't know any of the other ones, so that's who I'm choosing. But once I get to the...
Okay, I'll tell you who I know. Okay, so let's go through the rest of the cast, you guys. Tell us who you know, who you don't know, who you want to be a traitor or a faithful. So number one, Wells Adams. I know Wells. I remember him from The Bachelorette because he's the bartender. He's also married to the girl who used to host Love Island USA and was from Modern Family. Sam Asghari. Now that really pissed me off because I don't want to see him. That's Britney Spears' ex-husband. And I just feel like you were cool on that one show with the black people on it on Showtime. What was that? I don't even know what it was called. Or was it Stars? I don't know. With John Cheadle. Like, he was cool in that one show, but I don't want to see him on Traitors. Chanel Ayan, obviously we know who that is. Bob the Drag Queen from RuPaul's Drag Race. Excellent pick, excellent choice. Dolores Catania, obviously from Jersey. Jeremy Collins. I don't watch Survivor. Do you know Jeremy Collins?
Not at all.
Robin Dixon from Potomac, obviously. Now, Dylan Efron. This is the one that really, like, why? Because how do I say this without... He's the brother of Zac Efron. I'm like, why do you want us? I get that Zac Efron is too famous for this, but why is he allowed? Because he was on I guess he was on a reality show. What movie? Dylan Efron?
Yeah.
Please tell me what movie, baby, because I need to know. Because the only thing I see, he was on a documentary.
It was somebody. That was James Franco's brother.
Right. We know James Franco's brother, though.
I like him.
Dave.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Dave, but that's not him. It's Dylan.
Yeah.
But Nikki Garcia, you guys don't get it. Everyone shut the fuck up. You may not know Nikki Garcia, but you damn well better motherfucking know Nikki Bella. That's who that is. Because they have stopped going by the Bella twins and they started going by
this is your shit.
Garcia twins. Yes. This is my girl. This is the fun one. This is the baddest bitch. This is like Lisa Barlow. When she came on here, she would FaceTime the Bella twins and she let me meet them and I almost sobbed because I love the fucking Bella
I
twins.
remember this. Yeah.
I don't know if I want her to be a traitor or faithful. I think that she would be really funny as a traitor because she's really not a bobblehead. She's an airhead. Like it would be hilarious to see her try to figure out how to get people eliminated, like in strategy and things like that. She's obviously very athletic and talented because she was on wrestling for so long. She's a freaking icon. She's a WWE diva. She was almost married to John Cena. She's married to Arden Chigvinsky, and they have a beautiful little boy together. She was on Dancing with the Stars. They had the freaking Total Bellas, which I really missed. Like, God, please bring back Total Bellas. I'm so excited. Next, Bob Harper from The Biggest Loser. Did you watch The Biggest Loser?
No.
Brittany Haynes from Big Brother.
No.
Boston Rob Mariano from Survivor, The Amazing Race, and Deal or No Deal Island.
No.
Dorinda, obviously, from, Bravo. So you see,
well, come on, Dorinda.
Lord Ivor Mountbatten, which is a British royal. Never heard of him, but since we had that other guy that was,
I like their name,
Parliament. Yeah, like I think that's really cool. I'm not gonna call him a lord though. I'd be very disrespectful because we're in Traitors. Like, who do you think you is? Go ahead.
I was thinking about it. You know what? When you brought up Zac Efron's brother, it just made me think about, I wish they would have just got the mama from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. I really like her.
I think we should put her name out for that.
Yeah.
Like, let's just start
Kim
throwing
Rhodes.
it around.
Kim Rhodes.
Kim Rhodes. Kim Rhodes. Kim Rhodes. What a name. Wow. What's her name? Danielle Reyes from Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Tom's as well.
I know who that is.
And we know who he is since he blocked us and then unblocked us. Bitch. I'm gonna be on his neck. Since you want the spotlight, you don't want to grow, you don't want to take time for yourself and be a better person at 45.
We're not doing Traitors, right?
He deserves to be on Traitors because he is a traitor. He's gonna do great, but every week I'm gonna be on that ass.
Do you think he's gonna win? Imagine if Tom Sandoval wins
Traitors. Wins Traitors, there's going to be hell to pay. I'm going to get on all fucking broadcasting channels like a Batman villain and tell them to reverse it now. Don't fucking play with me
again.
You thought the Riddler was scary? Chriselle Stouts. She's from Selling Sunset and Dancing with the Stars.
I thought you were about to say Krishan. Oh my god.
Yeah. So Tony Vlachos from Survivor. Caroline Wigger from Survivor. Gabby Wendy from The Bachelorette. I know Gabby. Don't care for her, but I know her. Like that's a cast.
What do you guys think about the cast?
Who are you least excited for? I'm sick of being positive. Like, let's just be a clap for a little bit. Like, other than Tom Sandoval, who do you not want to see? Who do you think is going to fail? Who do you think is going to get eliminated first? Let's just be haters for a bit.
Let me look at the list. Why do I have a picture of Zac Efron pulled up?
Because you're like, is his brother fine? Let me know.
Yeah. He's not to me, not as fine as Zac Efron, but he's
well, Zac Efron,
Chanel Ion. You know what? I'm gonna go with Chanel. I just haven't been feeling her. But like
Robin out.
You want Robin out?
First day.
I actually am giving Robin a chance because, like I said, I really don't feel like she should have won. She should have been the one that was fired. From Potomac.
I think that it will be interesting to see her outside of Potomac, and this could get her a spot on Girls Trip. Oh wait, yeah, no, she wasn't. It was Giselle and Candace, so we can possibly get her on a Girls Trip.
Yeah, I didn't say all that. Like,
Oh,
I don't need that, but I think that
ooh.
this might be the door opener for her to come back to Potomac because I don't really see the point of her leaving, honestly. I don't know. I know a lot of people do. I know a lot of people don't really care about Robin. And I used to be one of them. And I mean, she's okay. Like, it's not like I can't live without her, but
I
I'm
think
just
my
like,
biggest thing is that I can't care about someone who does not care about themselves. And it's not even the cheating thing. It's more of like she just doesn't care about anything. Like she doesn't care about being on the show. She doesn't care about her
she's like French
relationships.
fries in bed.
She
Ever
doesn't
since
care
she
about her
said that she
business.
eats McDonald's French fries in bed, I'm like,
I think that's the only thing that ever made me give a fuck about her. Like, okay, real.
yeah, cause saying,
Yeah.
like, have you ever had McDonald's French fries just like on your pillow, and then you kind of scoop close to it, and
No.
you're like, oh, okay.
But I have had them in bed. But pillow is like it's because every time I lay down, I'm gonna
Well, they
smell.
just fall over because they always fall out of the bag. Like that's just what happens, and then
I
before
had
you know
McDonald's
it,
just the other day, you guys. It was
I
so
know, and
good,
it looked
and it was so hot.
delightful.
A lot of things happened the day after. I don't know if it was a result of me having McDonald's, but we'll save that for a future episode, I guess. So yeah, that was Traitors, guys. Let's get into Aaron's favorite, and I'll let him take over from here, which is
Are we gonna talk about the Housewives in New Jersey?
no, that's not even Aaron's favorite. Like I thought we were just gonna go into
Oh, I thought we
OC.
were gonna. Okay, no, we could definitely go into OC. We could get into Jersey later. But okay, Housewives of OC, the trailer was released, guys. This was an amazing trailer. I was like, Kara, did you see it? And she was like, no. And I'm like, you have
He
to
told me,
see
yeah,
what's going on here. We have Vicky back again, but it seems like she's playing a bigger part in this season. They make it clear that she's not really main because they're like Vicky Gunvalson in the Housewives of OC, and she's like, what a bitch. Like, why would you call her out there to say that? And I do agree. I was just like, that rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, don't disrespect Vicky like that. Um, so this season we have a few beefs. We have a Housewives of Beverly Hills cameo, Sutton Strack, which I'll get into. One
for
of
the
the
new
beefs,
girl.
yeah, and the new girl. One of the beefs is going to be Heather versus Gina, and it's just because Heather feels like Gina is a traitor, and I mean, I don't disagree. So we'll see how that plays out. Shannon Bedore is in the hot seat. That is like the biggest thing for me. The show is Shannon. It should have been Shannon Bedore's show. Shannon Bedore in the
Shannon is
Housewives of
blowing
OC.
breathalyzers with Archie in the background.
It's tough, guy. Like, listen though, Shannon's the fire is under Shannon's ass so much so this season between the hit and run that happened, between Tamara asking questions, between John Jansen and Alexis Bellino, and that whole thing. That I really personally don't really give a fuck about it because I'm like, how much are you gonna like put on Shannon Bedore? How much weight can she carry? Like it's just like last season I felt like it was fuck Shannon Bedore, but this season I feel like it's like five people saying fuck Shannon Bedore. Like no, fuck Shannon Bedore. What happened? What did Shannon do to like not only do you see that she's going through a difficult time with the whole John Jansen thing, but you see like she's also having a little alcohol problem because even
Little
before that, okay, a big alcohol problem because you
because
see
baby, you blowing. Come
not
on,
only that, but you remember
and
before
then you're
that,
ordering right after.
you remember before the hit and run, wasn't she at a concert like drunk as fuck, doing too
Yeah, we
much?
talked about it on She
Yeah, she
Speaks
speaks
Bravo.
Bravo. And so it's clear that she's having a few issues.
A
Um,
baker's dozen.
yeah. So it just feels like a lot. And then you have Tamra, who just won't get her foot out of your ass no matter what. Like she's
But
just
do you love it, or do you? Because I noticed that when I was watching the trailer and you heard some of it, you were smiling when Tamara was getting her jabs in, even though you are
saying it out loud.
and you were for Tamara.
It's not that I enjoy because I hate it, honestly. I just who else is
So the new girl is friends with Sutton, so we're gonna have a cameo with Sutton, like Aaron said, and she seems to gonna be going against Miss Heather. Heather also has like people are putting their foot on Heather's neck too. Emily, she lost weight and she looks good. If you go
she
on
does.
Instagram, she looks good.
But apparently Heather treats her like a piece of shit. And it seems like I don't know, she's not happy about the weight loss. And I don't know if that's the thing though. A lot of people project things onto Heather. Heather doesn't really say anything if you notice. And I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way. Maybe it's because I'm a Heather fan, so sometimes I don't see it. So you guys could definitely call me out about it. But I just feel like when it comes to Heather, everybody runs to her and they're like, "You hate me."
That's so relatable because that happens to me that people think that I'm mad at them, and it's like, no, I'm just quiet. She's a Capricorn.
Yeah,
that's the thing. So, but when you call her out, she'll spar with you because now it's like, okay, well, why are we calling you out?
Well, since you're calling me out, yeah.
And then if we're saying that, then that means that you feel that way. So what's up?
I don't get it. I just don't understand why everybody does that.
It's Shannon and Heather going through it. Vicky has been disrespected. It's like the OGs.
Vicky has been
really.
She's laying on the ground and she's like, "These bitches are so disrespectful." Like there is a certain limit, and I feel like Vicky kind of says that like every season, but she's like, "There's a certain limit. Like there's a certain place where we have to stop." And it's like it just gets worse and worse and worse. And I agree. Like, how low can you go? And then we have Jennifer's boyfriend, Ryan, $16 million. Does that sound familiar? Does that ring a bell?
It does, and it's happening right now as we speak about it. Like
they're saying his ass is going to jail. Allegedly. Trips. They are going on trips. I also took note of that.
Trips. What trips are they going on?
5.
5?
Big Bear. Sonoma.
Yeah.
Sonoma.
You know, the only reason I know is because of Williams Sonoma. You know that brand?
Yeah, Sonoma. Okay.
If you know the home stuff.
Well, Palm Springs.
I was going to call it Sonoma. I'm sorry.
You got it.
It was so funny.
Yeah. So Sonoma, Palm Springs, London, and Pork and Beans.
Where's Pork and Beans? Are you lying? Are you hello?
Okay. Yeah, but
are they going on 4 or 5 trips?
They're going on 5.
Pork and Beans.
Pork and Beans is by the Greens.
You
by the swap shop
are getting me back because I do this thing every episode where you believe something and I say no, and now you're like really pissed. I got you. Remember this.
It's not so fun with the rabbit got the good. And you guys, did you guys also believe
bandana?
The confrontational red bandana.
The mischievous bandanas.
Guys, I'm just kidding. They're not going to Pork and Beans, but they will be going to those other 4 places.
The Pork and Beans Project in Miami.
Yeah. I honestly thought that would have been a fun trip for them.
Okay, so don't Google it. I think that is crazy how they reserve the best trips for them. But you know what? It seems like with this season, how it's going, they definitely deserve it. I think that Salt Lake City is also going to be going on a few nice trips too.
I hope so.
Potomac needs to take note. Like Miami needs to take note.
Because
like,
I don't know why for
Potomac, they're like, you're going to Virginia, and it's like, what?
I noticed that when it comes to the black shows, they only do like if it is a big place, it's always one place, maybe two, if they're feeling like real fasty assy. But for the most part, it's like one. You get one big trip, or you get like two small trips. And I don't know. I feel like that's really weird, especially with Married to Medicine. They're like, actually, you're going down the street.
You're going.
They don't even give them a trip. Yeah, like head hog cheese.
Yeah.
And Jackie's like, that's where my husband cheated on me.
And production's like, get in the car or not.
Yeah, and Simone too. She's like, I booked the trip. It's horrible. But yeah, guys, OC's trailer was really good. I think the season is going to be really good. I'm excited for it. Clearly the ratings are gonna do a lot better than Jersey.
What trip are you most excited for? Sonoma?
So actually the London trip.
Because they're international.
Yeah.
I was watching a clip of the Lizzie McGuire movie. And I'm like, that's it. I don't have anything to add to it. No, the story.
Do you remember though? She didn't sing, and the whole time I thought that was her singing. Like at the beginning in the singing class.
Yeah, that was
I'm
her.
Like, that's not her. It's not her. It wasn't her.
You're pissing me off now.
It wasn't her.
Shit.
I'm serious. I thought. Like the performance at the end was Hilary Duff, but that note that she hit in that classroom was not her. Where she was like, hi.
Right, so she was showing bitches how to do it. Isabella Parigi?
Yeah.
Her sister? That was her sister.
Oh, that was her sister?
So it was her. That's what
Haley Duff?
For me. No, her other sister.
Oh, I don't know her. I just know Haley. No shade to her. Amazing.
Oh, wait, hold on. Actually, Haley, yeah. Isabella Perigi's singing voice is by Haley Duff. Hilary Duff's sister dubbing over her sister's voice. Who was actually singing in the Lizzie McGuire movie? Haley Duff. Okay, so either way, Haley Duff.
So I'm going to put you on the spot now. Since we're talking about singing, what did you think about Ashley Darby's new song?
I don't have any comments on it because I only saw that live performance.
What did you think about that performance?
An official. It was terrible. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I'm just tired of lying sometimes. Like, that shit was, like, it was ridiculous.
It was long, is what you wanted to say. And it was. I hated it. I also hated the comments because everybody's like, she want to be like Candace. They're like, she want to be like Candace so bad. And it's like, I'm starting to
hear you were singing. Like, it's not serious, clearly.
It's not serious, but it's like, at a certain point, I'm like, do you think that it's good?
I don't think that she does because she doesn't, like, I think that she has common sense, you know?
I like when Ashley Darby hosts the drag brunches. She does that the best.
Yeah, lit. That was a great time.
That was a great time. I want to say something because that's my girl at the end of the day. So I want to say something positive after saying something. Yeah, negative.
Yeah, Aaron brought that up because
I did. I wanted to put her on the spot because it's like we have to be fair. We have to put everybody on the spot. We can't pick and choose.
It's going to translate better when it comes to camera, like when we see it play out.
No, not at all. It's going to be just as bad, but just in HD, like 4K.
Which it should be that way instead of like on a phone camera because that should look terrible. Sounded terrible, looked terrible. What's next? Oh,
It
okay,
was
speaking of
bad.
terrible, Jersey's so bad, y'all. They're not even having a fucking reunion.
And
Like,
it's pissing me off, to be honest. On one, like, okay, on one hand, I want to make it clear I'm happy about it because then it's like, you know, Martha's Vineyard,
we gotta lick back.
yeah, we got to live back. Because of that, I'm happy about it. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like, this is a really good season of Jersey. So I'm like, what's bad to you guys?
You're like, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's like I want to know what's good. Like, well, that's what I meant. Like, what is good to you guys? What would we change to make it good?
Well, everyone said a complete recast, or if not a complete recast, just keep Teresa Dolores and Jen Aiden.
I actually think,
I want a complete recast, completely blank.
yeah, because it's like I don't really want Teresa, Jen, and whoever else they said, Dolores, because then if they have those three, then they're just gonna beef with each other. It's just never gonna. It's a never-ending cycle. You see what's happening with Teresa and Jennifer Aiden now.
And those alligator tears.
Child. It's bad, y'all. But what did y'all think about that? I was just like, damn, no reunion for Jersey? Y'all really don't give a fuck.
We actually said that. Well, no, we said that it should be put on pause, or that it's we spoke it into existence. Like we said, matter of factly and literally, like I'm not joking. Like either 2 days later, that's when the news.
Like the next day, I want to say.
Yeah, like the next day we were ahead of the curve. So I don't know, but we be knowing. And you know, I'm not sorry because y'all can't put on pause Summer House Martha's Vineyard. So an eye for an eye, and I don't care if it makes the whole world blind. I guess we'll be blind, bitch.
That was so bitchy.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
Okay,
Also,
so what we came. Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask, what did you think about Lisa Barlow's like the chicken nugget dip, like tossing them up because that looked really
the
good.
saucy Wendy's
Yes,
nuggets.
I would have never thought about that.
It made me want some saucy nugs.
I kind of want to put them in sweet and sour though, and shake those bitches up.
That's what they're doing. Like you can order them like that now. So, and I really didn't like. I heard about it, but it wasn't until I saw the video that I was influenced. That I'm like, good idea.
I want to put that on top of my salad.
Ooh. A nice crispity, crunchity salad with a bunch of vegetables to offset chicken sodium intake. Back to the fucking high school cafeteria days, like those boss
the breakfast salads.
Yeah. No, we're talking about salads and the chicken salads. What?
I was just talking about breakfast pizza the other day, and I'm looking it up, and guys, you can literally order it in bulk.
Exactly, and that's my problem.
Yeah,
you literally can't get it but in bulk, and I'm like, who's gonna go half?
And they're like 250 breakfast pizzas are coming to your house tomorrow. Like, what are you gonna do? And you only have one refrigerator. Like, you don't even have a. If I had a deep freezer, the way I would be like, bring them on. Come on, like, I would take everything out that bitch and like set it on the floor beside it and put my breakfast pizzas in there and worry about it later because it's like
put my deep freezer on top of my refrigerator and it would be done. Put the cereal in the cabinet, put that fucking protein shit that everybody has in the cabinet or on the counter.
I would throw that shit in the garbage for breakfast pizza. No offense. Like, I'm sorry. Summer House.
That's what we're here to talk about. That's the last thing on the docket. What did you think of the finale overall?
I thought this was a great episode. I was so happy to see them leave. Like, I think that was the most exciting part because I'm like, I don't know how much more of this I can take. Lindsay and Carl. That's really the episode, guys. Let's just jump right into it. They keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's just really awkward. Um, Even that scene where Carl's like, I just need a hug. And she kind of gives him this little pat hug, like pat on the back.
A church hug.
Yeah, the church hug. And I'm like, oh, it's just not looking good. Like, no way you look at it, it's just not looking good. It's not looking good for them. Kyle and Amanda, they're gonna work out. Because you know what? At the end of the day, they get over their shit. They might have their little, back and forth
She
moments.
ignores him and he calls her a bitch and he walks out and that's it. He cries and then she's just
She's like, you can't call me, like, please just support me. And he's like, I will. And that's literally how it goes. And you're like, did he just call her a bitch? Because they don't really address it.
Exactly. It's just like
you're just like, that's not even the issue that just happened. Like,
it's at hand.
Now we're talking, all of a sudden it's about her expanding and wanting to do another job. And I'm just like,
no, she's like, I want to do a bathing suit line. Can you support me? And then Kyle was like, I'm $4 million in debt and I want to be a fucking DJ. And Amanda's like, but it would be nice if you could support me. And he's like, fucking bitch. And he walks out.
Yeah. And she's like,
he's walking out.
Me.
And then like he cries and she's just like, it's gonna be okay. And that's it.
I need a man like that.
A man that calls you a fucking bitch.
No, I mean like the other way around.
Wow, there's so much to unpack there.
Just kidding, guys. I don't want anything like that. But they're gonna be fine. That was what I wanted to say.
That's a big development, though, because you started the season with saying get divorced.
They are going to get a divorce, but now it's like I realized that that's just how they roll. That's just how they roll.
Yeah, I think that's what you don't get because you aren't a summer houser. Like that, you didn't start from like the early seasons.
Yeah,
like you're just jumping in. Like
even though I tried to rewatch and I'm like, oh, I hated it. I actually just tried like last week, guys, and I'm like,
I would not recommend anyone to start from season 1.
Because it's just
season 4. You start at season 4 if you really like it.
Oh, this is disgusting. But yeah, guys, it's just not working out. But Carl and Lindsay is just never going to work out because and the thing is, I could see both sides. Like earlier when you brought up, a lot of people are switching over from Team Carl to Team Lindsay. The way that last episode was set up in that waiting to exhale moment that they had, that wasn't the moment that they thought they had. After that, I'm like, okay, yeah, people are definitely gonna fall into this and immediately be like, you know what? Actually, fuck Carl because, and that's how they set it up. That's how they set it up. But honestly, let's not do that. Let's go back to the moment where they decided to take a trip to, where was it, Tomahawk? Where did they want to go?
Cowfish?
I forgot where this shit. Cowfish, some shit. Like, they're like, let's get in the car and go. And they never even showed the trip.
Oh, the trip. Okay, so the trip after the season ended. So the one that happened off camera. Danielle's like, are you coming or whatever?
Yeah, and Lindsay's like, yeah, I'm coming, but under one condition. Like, I'm not going with Carl. After, like, and I thought that was like such a bitchy thing to do because I'm like, you guys seem like you kind of were gonna work things out. What happened to that? Now all of a sudden you want to get in the car with somebody else, and it's like, do you know how that feels?
He left her luggage. He did her like Farrah.
No, me personally, I would have unzipped her luggage and threw that shit back out on the floor. Now you're gonna be late for your trip. And now everybody has to wait for you, and they're going to talk shit about you while you're picking your shit up. I think about these things, guys, because it's like, don't play with
That's
me.
so bitchy.
But don't play with me. You know what I mean? Because I felt like that was such a slap in the face. Like,
But
anybody but Carl. I will get in the car with like literally anybody but Carl.
that's what kills me is that like you guys have had these terrible moments and he's finally ended things, but you're still mad about it. What would make you, after you call someone a crackhead,
Multiple times,
after you know talk about like how her family would never talk about him, about you know just like him not crushing it at life, she thinks he's a fucking loser. And hey, if he, let's call it like it is, he might be a fucking loser.
That's what
your standards.
To ask.
But why do you want to marry a loser? You weren't going to end the relationship. You were fine with having these arguments and keep saying, I'm not a stepford wife. You just stepford wife. I'm not a stepford wife. Like, what is the problem now? It's over with. He saved you a whole lifetime of, not even a whole lifetime. You literally got divorced. And he saved you a divorce.
I think the thing that's also happening too, is the fact that like you know the conversation like after everything was over and they returned back home when he's like, you think I'm sensitive and less of a man, you think I'm incapable of keeping a job, you think I'm going to relapse. I think that these are all his fears. And I think in a sense he is projecting that onto Lindsay. But I also think that Lindsay genuinely feels that way too.
Exactly.
I think it's both of those things. Because it's like, and you have to understand on Carl's end, I feel bad for him because honestly, it's very hard when you're trying to stay positive, you're trying to change, you're trying to be clean. You are trying to like get on your feet again and get your life together. And yeah, get up on your good foot. And then you have somebody that's just like, are you okay? Are you on something right now? Are you doing crack? Are you doing cocaine? Are you cocaine, broke. Carl? Yeah, you're broke. Like, I'm
What
broke.
are you going to do with your life? Why are you going back
sitting in the house for 10 months, not doing shit, but farting and sitting on the couch? When are you going to get your ass up? And it's like, damn. It kind of makes you think, well, damn, maybe I am a fucking loser. So I think this was the best decision of his life.
Both of their lives. And he can be the bad guy for it. And this is the thing, you guys. Like, I'm only going to, I'm not support, I'm only going to defend a white man for so long. But you know it's bad when I'm like, okay, I've seen the whole season, and the only thing that he was wrong to do was do that shit on camera. I'll give him that because that was embarrassing, sure. But at the same time, the reason that he did it on camera is because he wanted a witness. Because of look how she was treating him the whole season. If cameras weren't there, she could have spun the narrative any way she wanted, and her own friend.
Even with the camera, she still tried to spin that shit. So imagine how it would have been without the cameras. Like,
he would have blocked us by now if we would have took Lindsay's word. Like Tom Sandoval. But it would have
been bad. And you know who was really pissing me off the whole time? Gabby. Because I'm like, okay, I understand that you
not so much because that's the kind of friend.
No, it's like I understand that you want to defend Lindsay. But at the same time, it's like we only on camera. We have it on camera. We've literally seen it all. And shout out to Amanda because Amanda has like put on her bra and panties. Like she is a grown ass woman. She's like, no, bitch. Actually, we've been watching this shit the whole time, and it's the both of them. It's not just one person. It's the both of them. Like you can't put it all on Carl and you can't put it all on Lindsay. They've both been smearing shit on each other all season. Come on. Like, this lady accused him doing drugs multiple times and then made him feel crazy for asking for a hug. Like, oh, I can't be a Stepford wife. You want me to be a Stepford wife? Being a Stepford wife means just like, bitch, giving your husband a hug does not mean he wants you to be a Stepford wife or your fiance. He's like, I just want you to support me. And she's like, I'll never do that. In so many words. It's like, what is it that you want him to do? And I was happy that he's like, you know what? Well, this shit is done. Because even his mama and daddy were like, marry that bitch. Do not marry her ass. That's the worst mistake you ever gonna make in your life.
I think that that's when he actually made the decision. I will say, I think that he didn't know ahead of time, like, this shit just ain't gonna work out, dog. Like, he was very much like Travis Scott.
Yeah.
Twisting his hair. And he was trying to make it work. But, like, when you hear from your parents, it's one thing. Because sometimes, like, you don't know.
And when y'all on the porch,
when y'all on the porch sipping sweet tea, and he's like, I would not marry y'all.
He's like, this is it. Don't do that shit. And the mom's like, yeah.
But the mom went to the bridal shower. Like, the mom sucked it up, and, you know.
So she's like, I guess he's going to do it.
He's grown. He's a 40-fucking-year-old man. And that's why, that's the only reason that I'll say that I understand why some people did flip, because it's like, bro, you're 40 years old. How are you scared of Lindsay? Just break up.
It's not that he's scared of Lindsay, though. He's scared of relapsing. That's what I feel. It has nothing to do with Lindsay. He's scared of what Lindsay is going to make him do if she keeps it up.
So you think that if she continued to accuse him
absolutely
on drugs, that's going to make him, it's just like he said by the pool during the season when it happened. He was like, if you think that I'm bad now, then I'll really show y'all who I can.
Yeah, who I can.
And I'm like, same.
Because he's like, I'll do a line right fucking now. Somebody give me a fucking key.
What do you know about that?
I've seen it in
movie. Oh, whooping! Like, you saw it in a movie once. It's a key and $100 bill, y'all.
Well, how do you know about that? Like, please.
Listen,
some people take out their like hotel card
and chop that shit up.
Yeah, like,
and that's when I leave the room. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like, I understood that part when he's like, you think, you know, if I'm doing it, I might as well. If someone calls you a piece of shit, it's like, Keisha Cole, I should have cheated then.
I should have cheated. Yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I will leave my life.
And then when I actually do that shit and I become Cocaine Carl, you gonna start crying, and I don't want to hear it.
He's gonna, like, she's gonna feel his wrath.
And I understand that she thinks that he might have anger issues, because I can see that in him too. But I can also see that he goes to therapy and he's trying to use his tools.
With all his might.
Like, even in his communication, he's like, I'm sorry that I made you feel that way. That was not my point, or I did not mean to do that. I see him course correcting, which I wish that men in real, like, bring me a dude that does that. Like, I love him to death. But, like, he's trying to course correct, and she's still like, fuck you. You're a loser. Go make some money. Mm-hmm. I'm not a Stepford wife. When it's like, he's also saying, hey, we're doing a show here. I'm making money from the show. I'm also doing influencer deals. What do you do, bitch?
What is Lindsay's job?
Influencer.
What does she influence?
Cheez-Its.
And it's after she calling people crackhead, they still letting her do Cheez-Its?
She just got one. She made the Cheez-Its post about her breakup, actually. She did.
Let's move on. Like, I don't. Let's just move on.
My point is that, what did she want? Did she want to continue to get married?
I don't know. I don't know. I want to also compare Carl to Dr. Jackie. I feel like they have that same temper, like that same. You ever seen Dr. Jackie get like really pissed off and it takes her a few seconds? And then every now and then she's like, bitch.
It comes out of
and
you.
then she goes, and then everybody's like, what? And she's like, what?
It's like when fucking Andy will walk in the playroom and like Woody and Buzz are swinging from the walls and then they just drop down.
Yeah.
Like you see a flicker of complete rage. Like the person could kill you.
Because he was pissed. Like when he yelled at her, and then it's like he looked around and he's like, what I'm trying to say is that you're pissing me off right now. And you need to stop because, bitch. Okay. And then even she stopped and she's like, okay, I'm going to go party because she knew.
Well, I love how she just ruins this entire night. Because
she does that like, frequently, though.
I'm kind of like Carl. Like, if we have an argument and it's bad, I'm like pissed off. Like, I don't want to go back and party with these people. I want everyone to get out down in my face. And like, if we're gonna resolve it, we're gonna resolve it. She will literally be like, "You're a fucking loser. You never amount to anything. Now let's fucking party." What?
That's what she wants to do, though. But that's what, and I think that's why Carl. It's so good that Carl ended that. Because they just were not healthy for each other. I think with her, I don't know what Lindsay needs, but I do know this is about her.
Single, just be single. She's already in a relationship, but if she's happy, I'm happy for her. I want to say that.
In a relationship that quick.
Because that's what she.
Yeah, grown ass relationship.
Well, because she wants to have a baby immediately, and she don't care who she have it with. So that's it. It's different because I don't know, for her to also call that man Sandoval while Sandoval's the most hated person on the planet. It was, and I'm truly, because I was on Ariana's side and I understood this whole thing, because if she was like Ariana, then I'll get it. But Lindsay, I don't know what
she don't got a good track record at all. She does not have a good track record. It's like, and then she's in another relationship, and this is a podcast at the end of the day. I don't know Lindsay like that, but based off of what I see, yeah, this is just from the show
and the talk.
That relationship gonna be over soon too, because you don't know how to, number one, communicate. You don't know how to reason with your significant other, because in every relationship, one person is going to require something that maybe you're not really giving them at first. You have to learn how to give that to them if you want the relationship to work. It's always going to be something. It's going to be something on both sides. You're going to need something that they're not capable of giving you probably at first, but you reason and you work together. But when you start saying things like, I'm not a Stepford wife, and you're standing 10 toes down, I'm not giving you that shit. I'm not going to be supportive. I'm not giving you hugs. I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm not going to sit here and talk to you. It's like you keep telling him what you're not going to do and expecting this man to stick around. The fuck no. Nobody's gonna do that shit. Nobody's gonna do
about that. They should have got together in the first place.
Never.
That's my thing.
Never.
Ever. Worst decision ever.
That was the worst decision ever. And it's like, I'm happy that
not her, both of them.
Right. And I want to make that clear too, because Carl has his ways. Carl definitely has his ways. And that's in the sense he's getting on his feet and he needs to get to the point where he's a grown ass man and carrying himself as such. Like, you need a job. You need to be consistent with work. If you want to make this your job, being on Summer House and being an influencer, I don't really see a problem in that, because I feel like she doing the same shit. So it's like two sides of the same coin. And that's just that. But I think he needs to be able to handle himself and handle situations like that, because people are just some people try to get a reaction out of you. And I think Lindsay was one of those people she was obviously triggering him in ways that he could not handle. And it was just going to be a mess. So
my biggest thing was the word blindsided, and she sticks beside it, that she was blindsided. Y'all just had 50-11 arguments. The man just said that he didn't know what they were going to do when they were at the summer house. Y'all had an argument so bad that he's staying at a hotel.
Let me tell you something.
Hotel and crying. How could you be blindsided?
Even if we did not hear, even if we did not hear the news that they had like split,
right?
I still would have been like, they're gonna split. When are they gonna split? I would have been waiting for that shit because it's like we've seen the whole season and how they were. Not one person, I believe, on that cast thought that they were gonna stick together, other than nobody. Maybe Lindsay living in her delusion, but that's it.
Like a baby is not going to fix that problem. That would have made everything worse because now it's like you have a child with this person, so you can't get rid of this person in any kind of way.
There's so many options she can explore too with having a baby by herself if that's what she wants to do. Shout out to Ebony K. Williams too.
Hell yeah.
Because she's expecting, and congratulations.
That's my thing is everyone is scared of like having a child, and my only concern with having a child is how expensive it is. But like the real reason that I don't have a child is because I don't want to be connected to someone else for 18 years or more. That's the scarier part. I can take the baby, but being connected to a man for 18 years, and just seeing how people are with their baby's daddy, that's my biggest fear. Fuck the boogeyman. It's a baby daddy that I'm scared of.
I'm just scared that I'm going to forget my baby at the store.
People do it all the time.
That's the thing, because it's like...
forgot her baby. At fucking Marshall's. Speaking of summer house, at Marshall's.
I was just about to say
her baby in the car.
She has nothing to worry about, though, because she's going to get like a Marshall's deal.
She already got a cheese deal.
And they're going to start making onesies and Pampers.
Big fucking business.
Edible diapers, guys. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Let's move on.
All I know is that she was not blindsided. They never needed to get married. I understand that he should not have done it on camera because that was embarrassing. But I also understand why he did it on camera. I know that we're the villains here, but if you go back, you listen to our other episodes about like Vanderpump Rules, we are not misogynists over here because I like to throw that word around a lot. And I'm not, because I really don't like men like that. But when I see people playing in my face and then playing the victim and telling me that I didn't see what I just saw, that's when I get pissed off. So
yeah, because there's no, to me, like I'm Team Amanda in this whole situation. There's no right side or wrong side. They were both throwing shit at each other. Like they were both saying some out of pocket ass shit. It was not just Carl. It wasn't just Carl. I also thought what was funny was when Paige told Gabby to take off her shoes so she could look like she had pajamas on. Now that
was hilarious. I also liked when Paige was basically like, well, yeah, they should break up. What do you mean? They should never got married. And then when in the after show, when she was like, Lindsay cries with no tears, and I went back and watched it.
She's real because it's like, it's not, guys. Come on now. It's like, we don't have to live in delusion. And I think a lot of people are still on this Sandoval high, that they're like, I get Lindsay's blonde too, but this isn't the same thing. Okay? And they're not the same person.
Not at all. When she called him that, I was like, okay, girl, let's see what kind of season we in for.
Yeah, because it's like she's trying to
this
clearly.
And he was like, you guys will see. And that's what Carl kept saying. He keeps saying, even to this day, he's like, watch the summer back and you tell me. you tell me if I made
And let me tell you something. You did, Carl. I can confidently say that you did. And I really hope the best for them. I hope the best for her. I hope the best for him.
Yeah.
This is the end.
Actually, she's already moved on. She might be working on her baby. And If she's not, that's fine. She's doing whatever the hell she wants. It's her world. She looks so good. Breakups also always make you look good. She looks amazing right now. All that filler and Botox, it's fillering and Botoxing. And okay, like just stop though. She looks amazing. She has a new man. She might be working on a baby. She said that she's not pregnant or not skinny but not fat. But if she wants to be, I think that she should be, just not with Carl. Carl, you go get you a job and figure out what the fuck you want to do. Kyle and Amanda are, they're Kyle and Amanda. You've accepted it. And then when it comes to Sierra and Wes and that whole situation, I knew that you guys needed to stop like egging on this whole Wes and Sierra thing because he is just a man. Like you guys were like ridiculous.
I feel like I was also one of those people. I wasn't quite ridiculous, but I was like, I don't know, I like him. I don't know, I like it.
Seeing them together, but like people were just like,
oh, they're gonna get married and just fucking
but especially just like
the new Beyonce and Jay-Z.
I was just like, okay. As far as Jesse Solomon, shout out to Jesse Solomon because I didn't like him at first. Like the first 2 episodes, I was like, ew. But now he's like a Bravo Pete Davidson like type figure that we're all rooting for. God bless him and his brave journey, sharing the whole cancer story because that was just so scary and brave of him to do. And he's very charming. So shout out to him. I like his friendship with Wes. I think they are 2 great additions to the cast. Shout out to Gabby for serving fashion and being Lindsay's right-hand man. I get you, girl, because, when my homegirl, fucks up some shit, I'm going to stick beside her. And then in person, behind the scenes, I'm going to be like, you do realize that y'all are both dumb, right? But I'm not going to do it in front of the camera. So I get that. As far as Paige, Paige is with Craig and they're together, whatever. And so shout out to the cast of Summer House for another great season. We'll be talking about the reunion soon. We'll be talking about Real Housewives of Dubai, and we'll talk about Real Housewives of Jersey soon. But this was a great episode. Is there anything else that you'd like to add, Aaron?
No. Shout out. It just feels good. Like this feels like the end of an era. The end of Carl and Lindsay. And we can finally have Summer House back. We can finally take some time to actually do a show. And not the Carl and Lindsay show. Because that should have been a spinoff itself. Yes. It's just too much. And as you said, I'm happy for the both of them. I want Carl to find happiness. I want him to get himself together. I want Lindsay to find happiness. I want her to get herself together. They both look great. The filler and Botox is definitely doing what needs to be done. Her reunion look.
Oh my God.
Definitely did what needs to be done.
Serving.
She's taking it. She's taking it. And that's it.
How you know I'm not a hater.
I want to know, though, the pot stir is going to be, now that the show is over, are you team Lindsay or are you team Carl?
I'm so tired of this.
I just want to know. I want to know.
Free me from the chains of White Summer House. And I enjoyed the show. That's the thing.
I know we're gonna get so many
anyone that's talking about, and then also we're going to get everyone is gonna cuss us out.
Of course, they're gonna be like, I'm saying what because I'm just like,
and I'm like,
Kim Zolciak looks better brunette. That's gonna be my response. That's going to be my response when you guys question me about the Carl and Lindsay thing and why I'm team Carl.
Well, that's going to be mine too. Because I can't think of anything right now.
Kim Zolciak looks so good here. Have you seen this?
Have you seen her? And also, have you seen how she posted that she called 911? Link in bio. Also, our merch link is in bio right now. So you guys go ahead. And in the description if you're listening to this. So you guys go ahead, click that link, buy some merch. And if you already have, thank you. We love you. And we'll see you on Wednesday for the pop culture episode.
Love y'all. Bye.
A Hurrdat Media Production.